I think law enforcement across this nation does a very fantastic job under very tough circumstances. We hire from the human race, and we have officers, whether it be here in San Diego or somewhere else in the nation, they'll make mistakes.
Team 10 is taking a deeper look at the issues surrounding race and bias and what's being done to improve relationships between communities and law enforcement. I sat down for a conversation with San Diego Police Chief David Nisleit.
You have to understand officers have to make split-second decisions sometimes with very little information, in some cases to save their own lives or to protect themselves. And so, it's something that we're constantly working on, and that's where this training comes in. And that's why I talk about effective interactions and the ability to talk to people. That's why this training and all the training that we do is so important. Because at the end of the day, this is a people-person type of business. It's your ability to talk to folks. It's about your ability to interact with folks, de-escalation, and all that.
And it mentioned that racial tension is nothing new. How will you ease the tension to people who do feel it's not getting better?
Well, again, it's getting out there, it's providing training, it's giving people an inside look to San Diego Police Department. We have that several times a year where we host it inside the San Diego Police Department. It's about providing information, but it's also the other thing, it's about hiring more San Diegans from a very diverse background, really trying to aim a police department that really looks like who we serve.
And how do you ensure that the training that they go through is being carried out in the field?
One of the things you look at is our community relations. In the number of complaints we look at, that's one of the things that we look at. Our complaints have been coming down. So again, it's interactions, it's all the different community meetings we go to, it's having these relationships with folks that tell us how we're doing, and most of it's all very good. I mean, there's been tension with our communities and law enforcement since I've been on. I've been on for over 31 years. And it's something that we will always constantly work on. It's something that we're constantly working on to improve. I think San Diego is doing a great job. Not only San Diego Police Department, but the whole region is doing a great job. Not only working with our community, but working with each other also.
Now, so you've been in law enforcement for more than 3 decades. When it comes to racial tension with the community, do you feel that has gotten better or worse?
I think you could say in both. I think you could make cases where it's gotten better, and I think you could make cases where it's gotten worse. I think a lot of it's being driven by social media, so you see stuff that's happening not only across this nation, but even outside of the United States is driving a narrative about law enforcement. So that's one thing that we're having to get better at. We're having to tell our story. We're addressing different things via using social media and trying to tell our story and different things like that. So again, I think you could say it's a case for both.
And I showed you the breakdown that we got when it comes to the officers in your department.
Sure.
When it comes to that diversity, are you where you want to be?
I'm not, and that's one of the things that we've really been focusing on since I become the chief, and I'll speak for Chief Zimmerman before me. I know she was focusing on this also, is really getting a police force that is reflective of the communities that we serve.